Welcome to TableTennisMaster.com's Backhand Loop Mastery DVD. The loop is the most dynamic and powerful shot in table tennis. It's the primary offensive weapon of many players, and when learned properly, can be the foundation of your game. This DVD focuses on perfecting your backhand loop, which, with enough practice, can become just as powerful as your forehand. Whether you want to pick up some tips or hope to be a serious contender, this video will help you master your form, control, technique, and execution of the backhand loop. Your instructor will be Coach Tao Li, former member of the Hebei provincial team in China and head coach of the Northern Jiaotong University table tennis program. To start off, let's take a brief look at the variations of the backhand loop stroke.
There are two extremes of the backhand loop and many variations between the two. The first is the backhand slow loop. As the name implies, this is a slow forward-moving, high-arc, extremely heavy topspin loop. This stroke produces the highest level of spin, the highest trajectory over the net, and the quickest drop towards the floor after it bounces. It's a shot hit with a long upward motion from as low as the knees to as high as the forehead, raising the ball and putting heavy topspin on it. The second extreme is the backhand fast loop, also known as a backhand loop kill. This is an extremely fast-moving shot with a significant amount of topspin, but much less than its slow loop counterpart. This put-away shot produces the most forward speed, a lower trajectory over the net, and a ball that travels far from the table after the bounce. It's hit with explosive speed and a long forward motion. When properly executed, do not expect a return. What falls in between the extremes of the slow and fast loop is known as the backhand loop drive. This stroke is used during most rallies and is a primary backhand attacking stroke for many players. The loop drive stroke produces a ball with fast forward speed and heavy topspin.
By mastering those three backhand loop strokes, you will be armed for a wide variety of situations during competitive play. Understand that when in a game situation or performing the drills outlined in this DVD, you won't have time to think in terms of step-by-step motions. Therefore, it is important to practice the loop strokes without a ball. Coach Lee's following demonstration will help you do this.
It's important to note that even though called a slow loop, this doesn't mean your racket speed and body motion should be slow. The slow loop, like the fast loop, requires a very high racket speed and quick body motion. What differentiates the slow loop from the fast loop is the direction of force. For the slow loop, the force is primarily up. Start with your body square to the table in the ready position. Ensure the weight is evenly distributed on the balls of your feet and that they're slightly wider than shoulder width. With your wrists and arm relaxed, start the backswing by bending your knees and slightly rotating your waist to the left while bringing your right shoulder forward and down. At the peak of your backswing, your upper body should be leaning forward with knees bent and head up, halfway to a sitting position with most of your weight on your left foot. Your racket should be at knee level between your legs, with your right shoulder ahead of your left. Initiate the forward motion by pushing upward with your legs and rising up out of the crouch position. While transferring your weight to your right leg, lift your right shoulder up and back. With your wrist cocked and elbow leading the way, keep your forearm and wrist relaxed as it swings upwards and follows through with an open racket angle. Watch how Coach Lee's arm follows his body like a whip as he straightens his legs and waist. That looseness in your forearm and wrist is what will create the heavy topspin of your backhand slow loop. As your legs and waist straighten, follow through with your racket up and to the right of your head. Your goal is to have a primarily upward follow-through, which can be seen by Coach Lee's example. It's very important to get your entire body involved. It all starts with the rising of your body and finishes with the final explosive snap of your wrist. You should immediately notice a difference in Coach Lee's follow-through on this stroke compared to the last. The emphasis here is on putting very high speed on the ball with just enough topspin to bring it down on the opponent's side of the table. Thus, the follow-through of the stroke is primarily forward. Aside from the follow-through, the backhand fast loop stroke follows all the same fundamentals as the slow loop. Begin in the ready position with your body square to the table. Ensure the weight is evenly distributed on the balls of your feet and that they're slightly wider than shoulder width. Start the backswing by bending your knees and slightly rotating your waist to the left while bringing your right shoulder forward and down. At the peak of your backswing, your upper body should be leaning forward with knees bent, halfway to a sitting position with most of your weight on your left foot. Keep your head up looking forward. Your racket should be just below waist level with your right shoulder ahead of your left. Initiate the forward swing by pushing upward with your legs and rising up out of the crouch position. Watch how Coach Lee's wrist cocks back as his elbow and forearm initiates the movement of his racket. The result is a whip-like motion that snaps through the ball and creates the lethal speed and topspin of the fast loop. As your legs and waist straighten, follow through with your racket to the right of your head. Your goal is to have a primarily forward follow-through. Use your legs, waist, arm, and wrist in one fluid motion. The goal is to use your entire body in unison. The backhand loop drive falls between the two extremes of the slow and fast loop and is used during rallies. You should immediately notice a difference in this stroke compared to the last two. It's a much more compact, efficient stroke with less backswing and follow-through. The goal is to put an equal amount of speed and spin on the ball, so the follow-through of the stroke should fall between that of the slow and fast loop. Start with your body square to the table in the ready position. Ensure the weight is evenly distributed on the balls of your feet and that they're slightly wider than shoulder width. Perform the backswing by leaning forward slightly at the waist and bringing your racket down to about waist level. With your head up and looking forward towards the imaginary ball, begin the forward swing by turning your right shoulder forward and down. With your wrist cocked and elbow leading the way, keep your forearm and wrist relaxed as it follows through forward and upward with a closed racket angle. End the stroke with your racket at around head level. Focus on maintaining a smooth, fluid motion throughout the stroke. Notice how Coach Lee's knees stay pretty much the same from start to finish. Being a more compact, efficient stroke, there's not as much weight transfer coming from the knees.
Ensure you take the time to follow the previous demonstrations until you're comfortable with the motions. As a result, you will be better prepared to perform the drills ahead. Keep in mind that while all backhand loop strokes follow certain fundamentals, methods differ. Coach Lee's demonstrations are a reflection of his style of play. When starting out, it's very important to learn and practice the fundamentals. Although as you get better and gain more experience, realize that your method and style may differ slightly. Also note that the instructions on this DVD is aimed for right-handed players. Simply reverse it if you're left-handed. You're almost ready to begin your training, but first, here are some important tips on how to get the most out of this DVD.
This DVD is a progressive training system, meaning mastery of each drill is required before moving on to the next. Repetition is key. Take your time to master each drill and go through them many times. Have a knowledgeable partner critique and comment on your form for each backhand loop stroke. A loop is best done with an inverted sponge, preferably a relatively new sheet. Keep your rubber in good condition. How much spin and control you put on your loop depends on the tackiness of the rubber. Realize, however, that the quality of your loop relies primarily on consistent practice and training. Rubber quality is secondary. As you progress through and master each drill, it's important to increase the difficulty in order to constantly challenge yourself and improve your game. You can do this by speeding up the ball frequency. Have your partner or table tennis robot speed up their returns. This will greatly improve your reaction time and stroke efficiency. Increase the range of oscillation. Once you have mastered the drills within your backhand court, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate the ball the entire width of the table. This will further improve your reaction time and footwork. Also practice your ball placement. For each drill, practice hitting your loops to different spots on the table to further challenge yourself. Mastering short, deep, cross-court, and down-the-line backhand loops will make you a much better player. Hit on the rise. Increase the difficulty by progressively hitting the ball earlier and earlier for each drill. Master looping the ball on the rise, and your opponent will have less time to react, putting you in control of many more points. Lastly, to take your training to the highest level, have your partner add one or more random elements to the return for any given drill. Randomly changing their ball placement, spin, speed, or entire stroke will add unpredictability, keeping you alert and ready for any possibility. This is the closest you can get to an actual match situation, and as a result, will prepare you to the fullest for gameplay.
Brushing or grazing the ball is essential to a quality loop, as it is the determining factor on how much topspin you produce. The following series of simple drills will develop this crucial element of your backhand loop stroke. Are you ready? Let's begin.
The objective of this drill is to get the feel of brushing the ball versus backspin. While standing square to the table, have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots to your backhand court. The incoming backspin ball will want to propel downwards off of your racket, so ensure you apply enough of an upward brush to clear the net. Notice how Coach Lee is fully stationary. He is standing upright, hardly bending his knees, and is only moving his arm along with a slight rotation of his waist. That is your goal for this drill. Stay positioned in one spot and just focus on brushing the ball with an upward motion. Hit the ball just above waist level, right after the top of the bounce as it's descending. This allows you to put maximum topspin on the ball. You'll get maximum control by contacting the ball slightly to the left side as opposed to directly on the back. Aim for a nice high arc over the net. Your ability to brush the ball is imperative to a quality backhand loop stroke. The objective of this drill is the same as the previous one, which is to focus only on brushing the ball. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots to your backhand court. Stand square to the table and brush the ball by swinging with an upward motion. Realize the topspin ball will naturally bounce upwards off of your racket, so follow through a little more forward to maintain control of the ball. Arm movement, along with a slight rotation of your waist and shoulders, is all that's required. Remain stationary and just focus on brushing the ball with an upward motion. Since topspin bounces further, stand a bit farther back from the table to give yourself more prep time. Hit the ball just above waist level as it's descending. Now that you are comfortable brushing the ball, it's now time to further develop your control. To do this, your objective is to stay in a rally with a partner. Stay planted in one spot and focus on brushing the ball while keeping it in play. Aim for a nice high arc and have your partner simply block return. This drill is very effective at developing your control of the ball while brushing, as you have the added challenge of maintaining a rally.
This level will introduce all variations of the backhand loop against backspin. Coach Lee recommends starting your backhand loop training against backspin because 1. You're working with the spin of the ball, not against it. 2. Backspin moves slower, so you have more time to prepare. And 3. In a game situation, the first attacking stroke is often against a push. With that said, let's continue with your training.
Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots to your backhand court. With your body square to the table in the ready position, ensure the weight is distributed evenly on the balls of your feet and that they're slightly wider than shoulder width. You may want to try this drill with your right foot slightly ahead of your left. This will help train you to use your body weight in the stroke. Perform the backswing by leaning forward slightly at the waist and bringing your racket down to around waist level. To help you apply topspin better, you can bring it down as low as knee level, but as you improve, try not to go so low with your racket. With your wrist cocked and elbow leading the way, keep your forearm and wrist relaxed as it follows through forward and upward with an open racket angle on the follow-through. Contact the ball as it's descending. Stay focused and maintain a smooth, fluent motion throughout the stroke. Now it is time to incorporate footwork, so have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate backspin shots. Ensure you are confident performing all drills preceding this one, otherwise you may feel overwhelmed with the addition of moving your feet. Perform your backhand loop drive by using the skills developed in the previous drill. Keep your eyes on the ball and hit after the top of the bounce. Return to the ready position quickly and prepare to move for the next shot using proper footwork. Stand back a bit further from the table if you feel you need more time to prepare.
教学会怎么着，这个教学的问题等等，找一客观。我觉得一个运动员，优秀的运动员。
Now it's time to introduce the slow loop. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots to your backhand court. Hit the ball right after the top of the bounce as it's descending. This allows you to apply the most brush to each shot. This is crucial when looping backspin, as the ball will rebound down upon contact with your racket. Think of it as having to pull the ball back up with your racket. Although called a slow loop, there should be no shortage of speed in your swing. Bend your knees and bring your right shoulder forward and down on the backswing. With your wrist cocked and elbow leading the way, keep your forearm and wrist relaxed as it swings upwards and follows through explosively with an open racket angle. Remember, when performing the slow loop, your swing is more of an upward motion as opposed to a forward motion. This creates the heavy topspin and arc.
第二场是蒂亚纳对柳絮飞，第三场是帕夫洛维奇对新加坡的李佳薇。
Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate backspin shots. As you can see from Coach Lee's demonstration, you must use proper footwork to follow the ball as it's being fed to different spots on the table. With your body square to the table, lean forward slightly at the waist and bring your racket down between your legs at knee level. Keep your eyes on the ball and execute the shot smoothly and forcefully. Hit the ball after the top of the bounce as it's descending. Follow through with an upward motion and recover quickly to your ready position. The added challenge of oscillating returns requires quick footwork and an efficient stroke, preparing you further for actual gameplay. Now it's time to introduce the fast loop into your training. Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin shots to your backhand court. Remain stationary and try to hit the ball at the top of the bounce. Notice the difference in how Coach Lee is hitting the ball when performing the fast loop. His swing is much more explosive and has a more pronounced forward motion. The result is not as much topspin as a slow loop, but a much more explosive forward moving shot, thus the term fast loop or loop kill. Your wrist and arm must be loose and relaxed. This is very important when looping. Both your speed and consistency will improve if you can go through the swing naturally without a lot of tension. Snap your forearm and wrist into the ball smoothly but vigorously. Look how Coach Lee bends his knees and brings his right shoulder down on the backswing, then rises up and channels all the power into the final explosive snap of the wrist. He's right up on his toes. The objective here is on putting high speed on the ball with just enough topspin to bring it down close to the end line on the opponent's side of the table. The goal of this drill is the same as the last, with the added challenge of footwork. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate backspin shots. Pass through the ready position as you move from side to side. The more natural and relaxed your stroke, the more power it will have. Focus on good form while remaining loose and relaxed. Keep your stroke efficient. Put as much body strength into the ball as possible while still allowing yourself enough time to prepare for the next shot. This is especially important once you start to increase the frequency. This drill will further prepare you for the more advanced drills ahead.
Before proceeding with level 3, you should feel confident performing all variations of the backhand loop versus backspin using footwork. In a real game situation, your initial loop stroke is typically made against a push. As an attempt to control your attack, most opponents will block it back, so your next loop will often be against a block. The following topspin drills will prepare you for this. Let's continue.
Have a skilled partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots to your backhand court. Remember that versus topspin, the ball will naturally rebound upwards off of your racket, so there's no need to brush the ball as heavily as if it were backspin. Notice how Coach Lee's knees stay pretty much the same from start to finish. Being a more efficient stroke, there's not as much weight transfer coming from the knees. Keep your eyes on the ball and bring your racket down to about waist level. Keep your forearm and wrist relaxed as it follows through and contact the ball at the top of the bounce. Focus on maintaining a smooth, fluent motion throughout the stroke while maintaining balance at all times. Never sacrifice balance for power. This drill has the same objective as the previous one, with the added challenge of footwork. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate topspin shots. Keep your eyes on the ball and hit it at or just after the top of the bounce. Return to the ready position quickly and get ready to move into position for the next shot. The added challenge of oscillating returns requires quick footwork and an efficient stroke, preparing you further for use of the loop drive during gameplay. It's now time to further develop your ball control while performing the loop drive. To do this, your objective is to stay in a rally with a partner. Remain stationary and focus on keeping the ball in play. Your partner's job is to simply return your loop drives with blocks. Stay relaxed and focus on a smooth loop drive execution. Return to the ready position quickly so you're prepared for the next return from your partner. Keep your eyes on the ball as you make contact at or just after the top of the bounce. Maintain a nice rhythm and keep the rally going for as long as possible. This drill will improve your focus, precision, and control dramatically. Once you are comfortable performing the previous drill, it's time to increase the difficulty with oscillating returns. Have your partner return the ball to different spots on the table. On the balls of your feet with knees bent, use proper footwork to quickly move to the ball. Move through the ready position as you go from side to side. Make it a continuous, fluent motion. Focus on your control of the ball and keep the rally going for as long as you can with your partner. This drill will really test your stamina. Quick footwork, an efficient stroke, and good ball control is all mandatory.
是我们的技术问。等一会儿呢，大家可以提出一些跟比赛关系比较密切的问题，请黄领队给大家来回答。
How's your training coming along? If you're having trouble, keep at it and stay focused. Repetition is key. If you're progressing through the drills quickly, remember to further challenge yourself by increasing the difficulty as suggested earlier. Level 4 will introduce you to the fast loop versus topspin. Mastering these drills is essential if you intend to make backhand loop kills during gameplay. This level should only be started once you're able to successfully perform the previous drills consistently. If you're ready, let's proceed with level 4.
The goal of this drill is to get you comfortable performing the fast loop versus topspin. Have your partner or table tennis robot deliver topspin shots to your backhand court. Stay focused with your eyes on the ball and execute your fast loop explosively. Lean slightly forward at the waist and bring your right shoulder forward and down on the backswing. As you lead the forward swing with your elbow, keep your wrist and arm relaxed. The result is like a whip as you strike the ball. Hit the ball as early as possible for a lethal fast loop. Return to the ready position quickly. The speed of the incoming topspin requires a very efficient stroke. Once you are confident performing the previous drill, have your partner or table tennis robot oscillate topspin shots. The more natural and relaxed your stroke, the more power it will have. Focus on good form while remaining loose and relaxed. Keep balance on the balls of your feet and use proper footwork as you move from side to side. You don't want to stretch, be cramped, or bend from the waist. Move enough to execute your fast loop in correct form. Hit the ball at the top of the bounce. If you're missing the table, try aiming your shot for the white line of the top of the net. This can help bring your fast loop into proper range. It's important that your recovery time is quick. Focus on maintaining a smooth, fluent motion throughout each stroke while maintaining balance at all times. Never sacrifice balance for power. The goal for this drill is to perform a stationary rally, then execute your fast loop. With a skilled partner, focus on using your backhand loop drive during the rally, and when you have the chance, perform your fast loop for the kill. Have your partner simply block your loop drives. Hit your fast loop as early as possible and try to really stretch your arm forward on the follow-through. You want to feel the stretch in the bend of your elbow. This drill will develop your ability to make the kill during a rally, which is necessary for gameplay. When you can perform the previous drill consistently, your goal is to now challenge yourself with the addition of footwork. To do this, have your partner return the ball to different spots on the table. Again, have your partner simply block return and focus on using your loop drive during the rally. When you have the chance, execute a backhand fast loop attack. Notice how Coach Lee is standing a bit back from the table. This is so he can apply the fullest swing possible and get maximum power on his loop kill. The added challenge of moving to where the ball is played requires quick footwork, preparing you even further for an actual game.
赢了有动作，赢了有动作，还有一线希望。真的反手
上回板就开始抢夺了，对，看能不能做到。
那个观众朋友呢，我。
Before proceeding to level 5, the ability to execute the backhand loop using footwork at high frequency is mandatory. Your loop stroke should be second nature to you at this point of your training. Level 5 contains a series of highly advanced drills, which require some extra pointers to ensure you receive maximum benefit. The first is to communicate with your practice partner. Their job is to support you for each drill, so let them know where you plan to serve, how you'd like them to return, along with how you'd like them to serve. It's important that you practice against different returns. You'll notice each attacking drill is demonstrated against a push return. However, once you're proficient, it's important to switch it up by practicing against additional returns, like flicks, loop drives, etc. You'll then know your return preference for each attack and can encourage it in an actual game. You'll also be a more complete player, able to attack without dependence on a certain return. Lastly, once you're competent against different returns during planned practice, it's time to take your training to the highest level by competing against your partner. With the intent to beat you, have them decide how they'll serve and return. This will keep you on your toes and prepare you to the fullest for competitive play.
With that said, level 5 will take you to a whole new level of looping. Initiating offense and attacking strategy will be covered, as well as counter looping and side spin application. Let's begin.
The goal of this drill is to build your confidence and ability to initiate offense. With either you or your partner serving, perform at least one push and when possible, initiate the offense by using either your slow loop or loop drive. Maintain a rally using your loop drive, and when you have the chance, unleash your fast loop. Keep your stroke efficient as you must be ready for a possible return. Your partner's first block return will have very heavy topspin, so take extra precaution in maintaining control and keeping the ball on the table. Treat this as a real game. Execute your loop kill away from your partner or into them to force a cramped stroke, whatever it takes to get the point.
扔的时候啊，有点拖泥带水，对，就不是很爽快、很痛快，力度也不够。这种球就其实没有必要去退台。对。
Once you're competent performing the previous drill, challenge yourself to initiate offense on the 4th ball and put away the 6th. If you serve, then go for the kill on the 7th ball. Try and perform your kill close to the table while the ball is rising off your partner's block. Here you can see Coach Lee destroy a ball that would have otherwise been a missed opportunity if he was standing back from the table. Obviously, in a real game, your opponent will be far from supporting you, but performing this drill will make this sequence subconscious, which is necessary for gameplay.
现在场上比分的是6-7。
The objective of this drill, as the name implies, is to serve and kill. At this point of your training, you shouldn't have to think about the mechanics of your fast loop. It should be second nature. Serve backspin short or long and have your partner push return to your backhand side. On their return, unleash your backhand loop kill. Notice how Coach Lee brings his right foot forward when executing the kill. This allows him to get maximum body weight into the shot. Ensure you recover quickly in case of a return. Coach Lee suggests using a forehand backspin sidespin serve, as this will encourage the ideal return ball for your fast loop.
就是说发力方向也要变，对吧？因为它弹力小了，你要多先往上后往前，对吧？你这样才能制造回旋，所以它。
The primary objective of this drill is to develop your ability to convert the ball from backspin to topspin and follow up with a kill. This will improve your skill and confidence to initiate offense. Serve the ball and have your partner push return. Perform your loop drive, and on your partner's next return, execute your fast loop. Your partner's block return will have very heavy topspin, so ensure you accommodate this to maintain control of your fast loop. Have your partner block return to your backhand. Obviously, in a real match, your opponent will not be supporting you with perfect returns, but lots of repetition will make this a trained response, so that when you do face this situation in a game, you will perform it automatically. Practice this drill using various serves, so you gain experience loop driving different spins.
但是从小就在8-1队训练，当时是王超、刘国梁、王浩啊，他们3个是打1队。
The following drill requires the ability to loop off the serve, so is suitable for higher level players only. Have your partner serve long to your backhand side. Return their serve with a loop drive, then go for the kill using your fast loop on their next return. The speed and topspin from your loop drive will cause a quick return from your partner, so ensure your recovery time is fast so that you're prepared to unleash a powerful loop kill. Stay close to the table and execute the kill while the ball is rising to nullify your partner's spin. Have your partner add various spin and speed to their serve, as well as perform short services to further challenge yourself. Coach Lee recommends you also practice using your slow loop off the serve as well.
片人之间可以调节的，是电脑控制可以调节。
The backhand counter loop is one of the most advanced and powerful backhand shots in the game, as you are using the power of your opponent's loop combined with the power of your own. It should only be practiced after you are competent performing backhand loops consistently during gameplay. Set your robot to high-speed topspin aimed to your backhand side. As you master this drill stationary, set it to oscillating feeds to force the use of footwork. You'll need to move back court for enough time to prepare. You'll notice when the pros engage in an exciting counterloop rally, they both tend to move back court. This is because of the time needed to handle each incoming loop. Focus on control first and gradually add power to your counterloop as you improve. Keep your eyes on the ball and unleash your fast loop with a nice long follow-through. This keeps the ball in contact with your racket longer, which will give you more control and more power. You should feel the stretch in the bend of your elbow. The goal is to put enough topspin on the ball to nullify your opponent's heavy topspin. Use the white line of the top of the net as a target to maintain control and hit the table.
是不是用这种牺牲来换来这个世界乒乓球的发展？贾指导，您觉得呢？
蔡梦完这个组长呢，他说的这个什么意思啊？就是说，为了推动世界乒乓球运动的发展。
好的。好的。
多位。
Have your partner or table tennis robot deliver backspin or topspin shots to your backhand side. Once you improve, introduce oscillating feeds to incorporate footwork into this drill. The following example shows Coach Lee performing this drill versus an oscillating feed only. Approach this stroke with the same intensity as a fast loop. Hold nothing back. Transfer the weight of your entire body into the shot. To apply the hook side spin, you want to contact the ball on the left side. The result should be an explosive, fast-moving shot that hooks to the right. The backhand hook loop can be useful when you are late getting to the ball and not in proper position, although it's not a stroke you should plan on using much during gameplay. It lacks consistency and you're sacrificing power when using it. This drill should be performed only after you've developed a strong and consistent backhand loop. Have your partner or table tennis robot deliver shots to your backhand side. As you improve, introduce oscillating feeds to force the use of footwork. Contact the right side of the ball in front of your body. Notice Coach Lee's follow-through is across his body with his arm extending fully to the right. This is to apply maximum side spin for demonstration purposes. Start off practicing this way, but as you improve, practice still contacting the ball on the right, but follow through forward for explosive down-the-line kills. These are what you will find most useful during gameplay. With maximum acceleration and explosiveness, transfer the weight of your entire body into the shot. Realize that the angle of your racket on this stroke can make it difficult to control. Unlike the hook loop, this one is important to practice as it can be a powerful weapon to make the point. This stroke, once mastered, will be very useful in making quick, down-the-line backhand loop kills.
那可以玩玩球，就是放放高球啊，打打一些这个平时训练当中没有的一些球，练练手感。其实这个我觉得还是很有必要的。
是很有必要的。
哎呀，这机会啊，想到没做到，这是。
对，比较活，这包括
都没有。黄总哥，这是什么原因？
一般来讲，中国队我们自己内部打的时候，我们教练都不擅长的，由他们自己去打去。
第二局呢，一上来他就找到了对策，所以运动员呢必须呢要脑筋很灵活。
但就要看格林卡的发挥怎么样。
6-1，漂亮！这一拍反手非常像这个。
对比赛影响会很大。
好像在昨天的混双的比赛当中，就有裁判判中国运动员连续的判了3个球，这个对运动员的影响还是非常大的。
王勇，我记得你有个。
这台球啊，他没有任何一点犹豫，这能够看出来，就是梅斯的他头脑非常清楚，非常清晰，没有任何犹豫的地方。
发力也比较合理啊，这个小动作对准球，用全力再收完。
这球拉的落点非常好，拉到了王浩的中路，球好像打到手上了。把你逼到这个反手脚上以后，你就很难出直线，所以他就等着这条斜线。现在9平，王琴发球，短的。
抢冲，还有，
漂亮！这球的波尔反手可以看到。
打的都是这个轻轻在滑，这2个球是有发力往前压的动作。
这个球搓的不好。一定不能让这个加西娜摆开了架。
防中有攻你探制防守实际带有很强的攻击性。双连的打球的动作比较小，爆发力比较集中，是典型的亚洲横板的特征。漂亮！
球的时候很柔和、很柔顺、很舒展的时候，那这个运动员他的这个紧张程度肯定。
你看格林卡这个反手拉的时候，这个用力相当大。
对，
现在10比9。漂亮！这个球拉得太漂亮了。这样格林卡。
漂亮！这个反手拉的。
很多人都是拿着钱等票啊。刚才我来的时候呢，就碰见2个人问我说你有没有票，我说没有。他拿着200块钱啊，说你。
高马大，人高马大。另外，他在短球上的处理给人有一种威慑力。短球的一些撇啊、晃啊、推啊，他这个技术在双打当中。
柳成敏在世界杯。
王浩还没有夺得世界杯的冠军。
反手快拉，这板球是庄智渊在台前突然的一个。
这个比赛里边呢，我去看了几次比赛，张超呢确实表现比较出色，在讲。
包括韩国一小将，涌现出一些很高水平的、不错的，这也值得一种高兴和祝贺。也希望这些小将在不远的将来能够成为这个。
这个发球啊，一旦配套，以短的为主，一个长球牵制住。
哇，这打得漂亮！这2个球非常。
8个选手当中的。
这个这一年为了防止他们退后，就坚持近排球这个打法，后边很近的地方放上挡板，包括实习生这些。
横板2面拉，对，
它要求难度特别大。一个是这个长焦啊特别难掌握，还有一个呢，你要全排正手跑着打，有机会就得侧身，这个就加大了难度。
诺夫发挥得非常好，使自己的这个在场上的表现可以达得上非常完美，技术很流畅，就把这个
刚才啊，他的教练也是中国人。我听韩阳的从耳机里啊，听见他跟这个教练讲，说我没招了，这是个非常不好的信号。
是，因为这球完全被对方压住打。现在这个小。
王励勤在昨晚的比赛。
活劲儿用的是突然性，找出机会后再大动作放开。但是有的人呢就不会大动作调整，
就又是一个反手位换出。
3个人，其实呢，朱时赫他现在啊，尤其打完2分钟以后，他的状态也是非常好。
是的，
漂亮。
哦，还有。
I hope you've enjoyed this DVD. Remember, while this may be the end of the video, it's only the beginning of your training. The best way that you can use this video is to go through it many times and perform the drills again and again. If you follow the drills, stay focused, and take the time to practice, there's no question you'll see your backhand loop improve dramatically. Make sure to also check out our other DVDs at tabletennismaster.com. Thanks for watching.